Good late evening, YouTube. James Polk here. We got us another fantastic late night matchup of the evening. So, before we get started on this, I did check my opponent's deck late last night's matchup just a moment ago. All I can say is that his deck is basically Fat 60, and judging by the deck list of his, I can say it's either he could have got lucky hands as well as I did. Otherwise, who knows where this leads to. But anywho, the deck list I saw for my opponent is basically, it's going to be a 3-on-1 handicap match in terms of archetypes. So let's see how this duel goes. Starts off fresh with Kozmo Wicked Witch. So Cosmos as one of the archetypes. So the way how Cosmos work is either player's turn they banish to put up a higher level Cosmo from the hand as like a tag out tag in special summon of sorts. So in this one for Wicked Witch, tag herself out for a level 5 or higher Cosmo monster. And as for Wicked Witch sticking on the field, anyone's turn, pay 1,000. Throughout this turn, can't be killed by battle or effects. Tag out the Wicked Witch for the Dark Lady. As for the Dark Lady, tag herself out for a level 6 or higher Cosmo. And then as for sticking the landing, when another monster's effect is activated as of anyone's turn, pay 1,000, negate it, and if you do, kill it. And as for Cosmo Town, shouldn't need to explain it. Target one of the banished Cosmo monsters, puts it back to the hand, and if you do, lose levels equal to its original level times 100. So basically picks back up Wicked Witch, lost up 400, and then Cosmo Town acts as a magical mallet after that. Reveals Wicked Witch and draw the 1 and 1 set, and that's that. Now you're probably wondering why Dark Ruler No More only one monster in this instance. Well, here's the thing. If I start off with the back row, knowing that my opponent is going to get the search, if I ash shit right away after the duster is done, that's going to make Cosmo Dark Lady's effects become live, just to omni-negate that ash. So, in any case, we're going to Dark Ruler the Dark Lady first. Then we're gonna duster. What do we hit? Phantom Knight's Sword. Cosmo Town tries to get the search, but Ash keeps the Cosmo Town in check. Sets 1. Simplified State. Sets 1. Cosmo Farm Girl. Tag out Farm Girl for a level 4 or higher Cosmo from the hand. And in this one, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, as in do not let this hit you, add 1 Cosmo card from deck to hand. Cosmo card including a spell trap. Gigabyte attempts to activate, but Dark Lady keeps Gigabyte in check. Farm Girl hits. Farm Girl pays the 5 and searches out the original anti-targeting spaceship of Cosmos, Dark Destroyer. So as for Dark Destroyer, normal or special summon, target 1 monster anywhere on the field, includes himself, kill it. Your opponent cannot target this ship within card effects. And on top of that, if this ship Gets killed by battle or effect and sent to the graveyard. Banish this card from grave. Special 1 level 7 or lower Kozmo from the deck. Normal summons Hita. Hita over Farm Girl, but Farm Girl tags herself out. Into Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer hits Hita off from its effect. Normal summons Time Thief Adjuster, which of course transitioning from Kozmos into Time Thieves. Now, the way how Time Thieves work this time, obviously it centers around XZ plays and depends on the type of material. Basically, with the likes of Time Thief Redoer control in this situation, they gain supernatural effects based on the material off from Redoer. But in this one, for the adjuster, normal or special summon a Time Thief monster that isn't adjuster outside of the damage step. Special summon this from the hand. And then if this card is normal or special, you can send one Time Thief card, spell trap included, from dead to graveyard except adjuster. So basically, she's an extender that isn't adjuster, and she's the Armageddon Knight of the deck. One effect per turn, and only once that turn. One effect or the other, can't do both. Adjuster, sending Regulator. So let's see what's up with Regulator. No other monsters? Well, obviously, it's got monsters. Regulator does nothing for the first part of the effect. And then, when an XZ's monster you control is killed by battle, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it whenever it leaves the field. Maybe that's why I can totally see that strat. Somehow still alive in the game, and this is not fully lethal. Spirit Charmers activate, gets Droll, adds area, and straight up activates Awakening. Normal summon area, draw into Renryu and special it out. Activates Lost Wind. One face-up special summon monster. Oh, that would be Renryu in that case. So, Renryu literally does nothing in terms of field effects. So basically, I'm guessing that the Time Thief Kozmo player wanted to cut the attack of Renryu in half, which is making sense for reducing the damage. And in this context, knowing that I have 100 life points, I have to immediately get my monsters somehow into defense mode one way or the other before the end of my turn. And on top of that, for a lost win, first chance I XZ summon or literally special summon anything out of the extra deck, lost win from the graveyard gets reset button, and the next time lost win gets triggered, it ends up banished instead of going to the graveyard. Samurai go up into Drill Driver, specifically in defense mode because I have 100 life points left. Terraforming. Excuse me? Spiral Resort searched out. So, ladies and gentlemen, what you saw in this Fat 60 card deck, and I gotta give him props for keeping the advantage up. Kozmo, Time Thief, and Spiral rolled into one. All I can say is, how is this even that consistent in a Fat 60 card deck? Like, that's downright ridiculous in a good way. But in any case, anti-target other Spiral cards, spell traps included when it affects, and then Stratos of Spiral monsters, and on top of that, once per turn during your end phase, shuffle one monster from your graveyard to the deck, otherwise kill it. When it comes to the Spiral Resort, I'm convincing he's going to search for a Super Agent. There's the Super Agent. And as for a Super Agent, now, before we go any further when it comes to spirals, somewhere in that 1 year or in that one YCS where spirals were pretty much the super dominant format, and I believe it was either 28 or 29 spiral players out of the 32 that took top cut, that basically says spiral pretty much took over the dominant meta. So emergency list came through at the time being, and the two important spiral cards were emergency hit at that time period were drone and quick fix. And it was due to the fact that spiral pretty much took over the one YCS, which was extremely unhealthy for the game. Any case about the Super Agent, while the Super Agent is in hand, declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap. Reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, special it out. And on top of that, if it's special summoned by the effect of a spiral card, Super Agent himself basically, target one spell trap your opponent controls, kill it. So, it all comes down to the Super Agent hit. And this is basically 33% chance of calling it right. The question is, can Super Agent uses his 007 instincts to special it out and kill the awakening spell? We'll see. Super Agent calling on monsters. What do we hit? Trap. We're straight on that one. Activates lost win, knowing that driver is in defense for some weird reason. Kozmo ship over driver. Driver revives Hita. And this is where simplified game state and advantage is starting to bring back up a bit. Specials Nefarious. Hita over Super Agent. Send the two together for Awakening Reaper. Reaper revives Hita. Awakening spell to draw one. Spirit Charmer's Ditch Spell. Grab Unpossessed. Set partnerships. Send the two together for Alsa Link. And I honestly do not know how I have actual targets left. Alsa Link. Steal the Super Agent. Send the two together. Alsa and Super Agent for Selene. 8 spell counters. Remove the 3 from Selene. Revive area. Selene in area for access code. Access code gain 3 from Selene. Also Link banish. Kill the Spiral Resort. And I chose not to use access code over the Destroyer in terms of the banish to pop something, because if I do that, whether if it's by battle or effect, the Kozmo ship is going to special out something that's level 7 or lower. And that puts the Kozmo player back in the game at the moment. So I think in this context, I needed to find a different maneuver to swarm the field and make sure I can go for a game and to ensure game on this one. Activates Unpossessed just in case something goes down. Opponent sets one. Activates Partnership on my end phase, and no killing Dart Destroyer. And there's the card that keeps me alive. Fairy Tale Tales. Hits over Raider's Wing with Hita. Access code over Destroyer. Destroyer banished. Specials. Wicked Witch. Sets 1. Time Thief for Juster Summon. Armageddon Knight's Regulator. Banishes Fenner Knight's Sword. And banish this. Target 1 Fenner Knight's monster. What Fenner Knights he got out of this? Raider's Wing, who is always a Fenner Knight and a Raid Raptor. That's... wow, I can't believe it. Send it to the getter. Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. And my opponent has enough life points for Anaconda's ability to toss out. Now, in this instance, the moment I saw Anaconda, I immediately have to trigger the Partnerships Trap just to revive the FP monster and get rid of the Anaconda. And it's just so that I'm convincing to have him not send a Super Poly just to waste my monster. And at that rate, normal win, Drew into Lina, banish Selena from access, and what do we hit? Storming Mirror Force. You know, I'm so glad not to overcommit in terms of reaching battle phase, because if I would have done that, woo, not gonna lie though, I would have lost my mind. Access card banish itself, kill Wicked Witch, and area for game. Pop-up hater, you did super well in this insane matchup. At the end, 100 life point anime comeback status. If you love to see more close call matches such as this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And be sure to hit that notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And I'll catch you guys next time.